We have exciting news at Loop. Our new global Visa card is here. You might be wondering why this card is being launched, what this means for you, and how to start using the new card and its expanded features. If so, keep watching for all the details on these shiny new cards. The Loop Global Visa is a purchase card issued by Loop that runs on the Visa corporate network. Loop customers have been asking, and we've listened. The switch from Mastercard to Visa is going to unlock a ton of highly requested features, both immediately and in the long run, which will make this card program more valuable for your business. Not only that, this change helps to further Loop's mission in offering better banking tools for Canadian businesses. And the more that Loop grows, the more we'll be able to continue building an even better platform for you. So, quick look at the new features and enhancements that are available on the Loop Visa. Card-based spending limits, which allows you to set specific card-based limits to control spending on each of your individual cards. Custom spend controls, which allows additional controls and settings over which transactions are accepted for each card. Employee misuse protection, which gives you global coverage up to $25,000 per cardholder in the event that employee misuses their Loop card for any unauthorized charges. Enhanced physical card design. So we're launching a sturdier card with a sleek and professional design, as well as enhanced card processing and acceptance. So we have improved card acceptance, which is backed by the Visa network, which boasts over 99% acceptance rate across Canada and the US. And noting here as well that your existing Loop Mastercards will remain active even after you migrate over to Visa until the date that's specified in your dashboard. So if there are purchases that are recurring bills that are still getting charged, you don't have to worry about those, starting to get denied or anything right away. You do have some time to get those transactions switched over to the new cards. In addition, your existing limits, balances, and multi-currency spending features all remain unchanged. So let's get into the actual changes and new features that will be available on the Loop Visa cards. So one of the first things that you'll notice when you go ahead and migrate the cards is that the actual card's layout is different. So we've now grouped by card holder. You can then see if it's a virtual physical card very easily through this page here. And then you can click View Card to view some additional details, again, additional settings that we'll get into next. When it comes to actually creating new cards, you'll notice that we still have the same settings in terms of the format of cards. So a virtual card and physical cards are still available. If you have a credit limit that's approved for the account, you'll see that there's two ways to actually link the cards to a respective account. So if you'd like to set it up as a credit card to pull from your available credit balance through Loop, then you would just go ahead and click on the credit card option as the linked account. You'll see that there's also another option, which is to link a card directly to your Loop wallet. So what that means is that it will actually withdraw the purchase directly from funds that you're holding in your Loop operating accounts. So if you don't want to make a purchase using credit, but you'd like to just withdraw automatically from those funds on hand, you can actually set up that new type of card directly through here. And you can have both credit cards and what we like to call account-linked cards active at the same time. If you are a pre-funded user, meaning that you don't have a credit limit that's approved for the business currently, then the only option you'll see here is to link it to the Loop wallet. So your biggest change here is that instead of having to add funds specifically onto your pre-funded card balance, the way that you were with your Loop Mastercards, you can actually just now put a balance into your Loop account and have it withdraw directly from there instead. When we click into the card details page itself, you'll notice that the layout here is a little bit different. So if you click on the View Card button in gray, you'll be able to view card details. You can still freeze a card at any point, report it as lost or stolen. If you click on the More dots, you will also see options to view or reset the PIN number or number of PIN attempts for this card. So let's take a look at the new card-based spending limits and how it's an improvement on the old freeze card rules, which were available on the Loop Mastercard. So how the old freeze card rules worked was if you set a rule of, let's say, $500 on a card and you put through a transaction for $510, what would happen is that transaction would actually go through and then the card would become frozen after that point. How this works now on the Loop Visa is you will set a spending limit. Again, let's say $500. If you put that transaction through for $510, it would deny that transaction. It would not be able to go through. So it now preemptively knows that that transaction would actually exceed the allowed amount on the card before the transaction even goes through. So this really helps to use this as a way to control spending, whether it's for a team member, a department, or even as a budgeting tool if there's a specific expense category that you're looking to control the spending on through these cards. Let's say I have a strict monthly marketing budget of $5,000 and I do not want to allow purchases exceeding this amount to go through. I can set up a spending limit for this card and have it refresh monthly. You can see that this will reset at the end of the month, and I can also track the amount that has been spent against that available card limit. With this Loop Visa, we have also launched spend settings. So this will allow you to block transactions by a specified merchant category code or by specific currencies. So if you want this card only to be able to accept purchases in Canadian dollars, you can actually shut off the currency acceptance of USD, Euro, and GBP. In addition, if you'd like this only to be able to be used for, let's say, advertising charges online, and to make sure that this isn't used for maybe food or dining expenses, you can create that controls through the spend settings page. To proceed with your Loop Visa setup, you can log into your Loop dashboard and proceed through the migration assistant that is located on the Loop homepage. Follow the instructions in the forms that pop up. You will also notice that you'll have the opportunity to change any delivery addresses for your physical cards in case you have a cardholder who has moved since you last ordered their card. If you need any assistance getting started, please go ahead and reach out to us at support@bankonloop.com. We are here to walk you through any aspect of the migration or any questions that you might have about the new visas.